All right. What's up, YouTube guys, gals? Um, doing a reaction video here. Let's see. It says that looters empty 53 LA stores as California enters the third world. This is a video by Cash Jordan. Pretty cool guy, pretty smart guy. Yeah, we're gonna check it out.
A sudden burst of young thieves as 24 take over the Chevron station in Lincoln Heights.
The video is haunting. You see dozens breaking in, stealing, and terrorizing, and yet no arrests have been made.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. That's crazy. I would be upset if I was the owner of that establishment.
0 arrests have been made, and you want to know why that is? Police in these sanctuary cities are tapped out. And after years of defunding the police, local cops cannot both protect businesses and run around town every time activists spar with federal agents. And as total lawlessness tied to California's refusal to get illegal fugitives off its streets spirals out of control, hundreds of family-run businesses.
See, I'm not biased on like this whole debate category and stuff. Like, I am very aware that whatever situation you live in, you need some type of policing of people. But at the same time, I don't believe we need National Guard levels in some of these cities. I do believe that is being blown out of proportion. I just don't know what the right move for it is. So I understand a lot of people are stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Now have very tough choices to make.
Elena Kasanska owns the Pizza Moon store. She spent hours cleaning up after vandals broke her glass door and others streamed in. Some jumped the counter looking for something of value. They also ran down a corridor to get to the kitchen.
Was is acting like some fiends. Like brokey. Like, this is crazy. They're really acting like some fiends. Look at these guys. They're climbing all over the counters trying to get to the money.
Lots of hoodies, hats, and masks as they go right by the security.
Scrambling. This isn't funny. These people got robbed, but these people are they trying to get everything. You see that boy's eyes in the camera, looking like a raccoon.
Cameras.
You're looking at the aftermath of a street takeover that spiraled into looting.
It's hard for a business to recuperate after that because it's like they see these things happening and it's like no one's here to help them.
It wasn't the only business targeted in the early morning hours.
They got all their mail in there. I think they're cooked.
And it's a gang of them at 24, 20.
Homeboy just used the phrase cooked. I think they're cooked.
5 people. It's like an organized crime type of situation.
It's all over the city. It's everywhere. It's not just here. It's everywhere.
And just 2 minutes later,
this cannot be LA just on a daily basis. This is crazy. This is what LA's like. I'm never going to LA. That is insanity. Oh well.
People broke into the AutoZone. Video from the scene shows some of the stolen merchandise recovered, including a car battery and boxes of rims.
3 suspects were arrested, but far too many are on the loose.
So for months, looters have been taking over parts of Los Angeles and nothing's been done to stop them. But what nobody's talking about is the police that would deal with situations like this. Well, they've been cut down for years to the point where they've barely had the resources to maintain whatever semblance of order these places had before a few months ago. And
yeah, they definitely seem a little understaffed over there. I don't know. I can't speak on it. I would hope that somebody can comment down below and give us some input on the situation if you live in that area, and let us know that it's whether it is true or if it's indeed a facade that Cash Jordan has now painted up for us. Not Cash Jordan, not realistically. The whole media cycle. So yeah.
Now things are even worse because over the last few months, the progressive outrage machine has infested the minds of sanctuary city residents, causing them to believe that when ICE arrests someone, they need to call the police and waste their time reporting a kidnapping. And while they do this, they take their rage and aggression out on the system in whichever way they can, destroying property and looting businesses while carrying the flags of any nation that isn't America. And
I didn't know people were actually calling the cops and reporting people getting snatched up by ICE as kidnappings. Like, I feel that it's wrong for them to get snatched up, but I don't think the government thinks that it's necessarily wrong. I just think a lot of them are putting up a face like, oh no. You know that one person who like snitches on the class or something, the teacher's pet, that's what their name is. Yeah. And and then whenever y'all get extra homework, they're with the class like, oh no. Yeah.
And all of this illegal immigration rioting, it creates an opportunity for the real criminals who are out there lurking in the shadows. They love this stuff because total anarchy just gives them more opportunities to do what they do best, which is why we're seeing so much looting happening at businesses, which just a few years ago never seemed to have problems this bad. Gas stations, shopping centers, you name it, these places are getting ransacked and the mayhem is spilling out to neighborhoods outside of Los Angeles, swallowing up California as a whole. And that brings us to the real reason why we've got this massive crime epidemic targeting local businesses and why it's only going to get worse.
I want to know where all these people are coming from. Like, you see that swarm of people? Like, what were they just like all walking together and just, all of a sudden they all decided simultaneously they were hungry? You get to grab a bite to eat.
Sanctuary cities, the people who live in these places think they're part of some national resistance movement and they're not backing down. And since these aren't law and order cities, which just so happen to be run by people who hate their own police, lawlessness of all kinds is expectedly growing. Plus, as America's 47th president continues his immigration win streak, the only outlet for the anger of these low IQ attackers will be their own neighborhoods and communities, which they claim they want to protect, which sadly means less police will be around to stop incidents like this one. Yeah, that place, it's finished. And if they had insurance before this break-in, they're probably going to get dropped after filing a claim for the entire business. And that's the thing. Businesses cannot survive beatings like this.
This is exhausting. Crime doesn't pay. So, yeah, this is crazy, guys.
Yes. And some of them cannot reopen after getting cleared out by thugs who care nothing for the lives of the law-abiding. Yet, as you're about to see, the people destroying these places keep doing it because zero consequences exist for this type of behavior.
A sudden burst of young thieves as 24 kids take over the Chevron station in Lincoln Heights.
Just ambushed the store and ransacked it pretty much.
Owner Jerry Salib says it happened in an instant. You could see the young boys grabbing boxes full of candy, as many chips as they could carry. They got away with more than $1,200 worth of goods.
When it's a gang of them at 24, 25 people, it's like an organized crime.
It is.
Type of situation.
That's what it is.
Those 25 kids could easily overpower my cashier. And
thankfully, the cashier.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, shit, you need to have a cop on duty or several at that point. They're coming in droves of 25 to 40 kids. What in the world? Why? What are the kids doing over there? Do they not have time for anything else? Like, why?
Wasn't injured. The drama erupting Thursday evening at Daly and Mission. You can see the thieves ride up on their bikes and scooters and
What in the okay? That's officially a gang at that point. That's stupid. It's an organized. That's an organized gang. That is crazy.
Run in.
Now, where do you think these
They all
misfits
show up all at the
learn
same time.
this type of behavior? Where do you think they got the idea that this was okay? Is it at all possible that they learned it because adults who do this same kind of thing never get sent to jail and get to go home at the end of a long looting spree and brag about all the stuff they just got for free? Or is it also because their ICE-hating parents who want open borders are out there rioting and attacking police officers and they get away with it as well?
Okay, I don't think that's the reason. I don't think their mom and dads are out here attacking police officers, so they're robbing. I just think they're youth that are being stupid.
Well, and how many of these people robbing these places or attacking law enforcement are in the country without permission to begin with? These are big questions. But judging by the behavior of California's adult population, it's no surprise that the crime they commit is being emulated by their offspring.
Many packing into the small store, they were running into each other in the chaos.
Oh, they've all got masks.
Targeted and organized, premeditated, organized.
You want to stand with the brown people, the black people, but there's
and it's
this right
of course
here.
They're gathering so many of them that I can't even stop just one kid, right?
Running into an establishment in groups of 40 and just stealing from somebody who could potentially not be an enemy. They could be an ally. You're just hurting them. You're hurting people in your community for no reason. Like I've never understood like hurting anybody in your direct community anyway. That doesn't make any sense. These people that you live with, these are people that you're going to see every day.
425 kids.
Call me crazy.
You know,
it's dangerous.
Kind of helpless.
Salib says they've had minor theft before, but nothing like this. Adding to his frustration, he says the LAPD couldn't help.
Oh, really?
There was nothing they can do about it.
Nothing.
They said it's considered shoplifting, and shoplifting isn't something they can really go after.
Salib says given
That's
their tactics,
awful, man.
he's
They're not
sure
even
the
allowed to
thieves
help
have
them.
struck before. And he's hoping they'll be held accountable before they commit another calculated crime.
By who? Who's going to hold him accountable? The police just told this guy over the phone, there's nothing we can do. And if they were to show up and arrest everybody, they would go before a judge. And you know what? The judge would set them free. Oh, boys.
I'd take my business elsewhere. There's no way in the world I still have a business even open in this area. Oh no. I'm leaving the state. Because this is foretelling to where the state is headed. Like, no, I'm good.
Booby boys, let them go. And they would just go out there and do it again. The whole reason we have incidents like this is because there is no accountability. And you know what doesn't help? The fact that a gas station in a city just outside of Los Angeles has been getting raided over and over again, week after week, and nothing happens over there either. But as you're about to see, it doesn't just affect places that sell.
I wonder if like these ones that get raided week after week, they got to be changed. There's no way you can like sustain people running through your store week after week like this. Like you're not making a profit. There's no way.
Physical goods.
That's crazy.
They broke the door of the market, the gate, and then they start going from tenant to tenant. There was 4 tenants in our plaza.
Elena Kasanska owns the Pizza Moon store.
Place.
She spent hours cleaning up after vandals broke her
Look at
glass
this.
door and others
yeah.
streamed in. Some jumped the counter looking for something of value. They also round down a corridor to get to the kitchen. Lots of hoodies, hats, and masks as they go right
Boy, looking like a raccoon.
by the security cameras.
This is a restaurant. This isn't even a place that has stuff inside you could steal and then resell on the internet. They're literally just
Yeah, like what are they gonna take? Some salt shakers, some pots and pans. You gonna steal the frozen shrimp in the back? You know, like restaurants like this tend to have those big ass, huge, heavy safes. Like you're not going to be able to move it. Not 5 of you aren't even going to be able to move it. So I don't know what their end goal was, but these guys left with toilet paper and pots and pans.
Destroying this business because they can and because nothing's being done to stop them. And what's truly disturbing is all of this is happening more frequently now that the few police left in these areas are totally preoccupied with protests led by those who want to keep federal fugitives living in their communities for some reason. People who don't
shooting fireworks directly at the cops. That's very smart. You're not going to get sandbagged right to the face.
Think that having gang members and criminals roaming their streets is a big deal at all. And by protecting those people and rising up against ICE, that causes issues for local law enforcement because they've got to show up and keep the peace. You got businesses getting destroyed all over town. There's nobody around to stop stuff like this. And some of these businesses are run by legal immigrants.
As not much was taken other than her sense of security.
It almost felt like out of anger or like some.
Yeah, like look at this lady. Like she's clearly an immigrant. She's clearly of the same descent as some of these looters. This is what I'm talking about. Like you're not hurting anybody other than familia, other than my people, you know, like black, brown people. We're not doing anything but hurting each other. And it doesn't make sense to do that. If you're frustrated, if you're mad, if you're trying to take it out on somebody, we definitely shouldn't be doing it in our own areas. I'm not saying there's no white people out here looting, because that's probably also still the case in other areas. But this area that he's showing in LA in general, yeah, I don't, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't need to see really any more of this video. I think I get the gist. But yeah, like I said, I would like to see other people's opinions and comments down below. Let me know if you think that this is really what's happening, or if this is being blown out of proportion by the media. And if you have other sources, also give me the links down there. All right, guys, y'all have a good day. Appreciate you tuning in.